I don't wanna sign up. No way. Out here getting commas.
Okay, so it's the same day. You can obviously tell it's later in the day because the sun is in a different position. But hi again. I wanted to talk about like actual things they don't tell you when you're manifesting, because you'll watch these videos and they'll be like, yeah, write it down and believe. And that doesn't work for most people because majority of the time you have a lot of blockages from the past and you don't even realize it, but subconsciously, like old things, like old traumas, old beliefs, and just old negative things that you experienced in general in the past. So those can get in the way when you're trying to manifest. So say like in the past you'd be like, oh, I'm broke all the time. Like when you are, don't say it. Like say I am temporarily without money, because it's true. Like money will always come back to you if you believe it will. So if you had those prior beliefs and now you're trying to write down, oh, I'm infinitely abundant and all of this, but if you don't truly believe it, it's because you have those past blockages and they get in the way. And then usually when that happens and you notice it's not coming, then you're like, oh, well, this isn't real, so I'm not gonna do it. But it is once you get into a mindset of being abundant and constantly reminding yourself on a daily basis. Like you can't just tell yourself once and you already have prior beliefs against that and expect it to come. Another thing is people want it to be right now. Like I said, if you have blockages, it would take a while and you need to work through them before trying to manifest. And another thing would be you are only wanting like these material things for greedy reasons. So if you want money just so you can go buy a Chanel bag or something, like there's nothing wrong with that. But if you're attached to material things, the universe is gonna be like, no, because you don't want it for the right purposes. You just want it to be greedy. So when you're manifesting money, like try to think about how it would make you feel. What would you do with it, not only for yourself but for others? Like say you want to buy you and your mom a mansion, like that's cool, that's great. Feel how good it would feel to make her feel happy and stuff like that. But yeah, that's the main thing. Like blockages, you have to really work on yourself and all those prior beliefs that you may have had before trying to bring in all these new and cool things, because they will take a lot longer to come. If another thing would be, if it's not in your purpose to have it, you will not have it. So you can't say, oh, this doesn't work. Well, you weren't meant to have it if it's not for your higher good. And another thing is divine timing. Say you write down you want $400 billion right now, but the universe is like, no, you can't have right now. You need to have it at a certain time when you've built up enough gratitude for it and you're in a stable mindset, because that's like people who get a lot of money fast. You also have to realize the law of polarity. So if you got it fast, it's probably gonna go fast, especially if you don't have the right mindset for it. Then it's gonna be gone like the next day, because you're just gonna be spending it on all these material things instead of, investing into yourself and doing all the things you need to do. So you also have to realize that what you want, if it's for your higher good, will come in divine timing, not necessarily when you want it. And you also need to experience those lows before you can get to those highs, just for the same purpose. So your mind is right about it and you're not gonna go spend it in freaking 2 seconds on stupid shit. So you really have to make sure that you are in a moment to be open and receiving, because if you're asking for it and the universe supplies it, you're not going to see it because you're not ready for it. Like, you still got these blockages in the way that keep you from accepting it. So you have to really work on yourself and figure out what they may be. And that's not going to be like an instant thing. It might take a few years for you to subconsciously figure things out. So that it could be a while before you start to manifest bigger amounts of money, because you still have stuff that you need to clear through to get to it, but it will come. And another thing would be, people just say things or write things down and don't do anything to bring it towards them. So say you're like, I want to be a fashion designer, but you're not actively putting in the work into your clothes and connecting with other fashion people and like stuff like that. Like, they're just at home, you know, kind of thinking about like, oh, that would be cool, but they're not actually putting in the work towards those steps. Because if you say that you want something, the universe will bring it to you. So it will start to align things and bring things to you that align with that purpose. So you have to be clear, you have to be specific also, because you can't just be like, I want money. That's like going, it's like going to like, I don't know, like a bakery and being like, I want a cake. They're gonna be like, okay, what do you want on it? What kind of icing and all that other stuff. So you have to get real specific, be consistent, and also truly believe. So if you're feeling like you can't feel the excitement that you're supposed to feel when you're bringing it towards you, because you have to have the mindset that you already have it. Because if you can't expect something to come to you if you're not meeting the vibration of it. So say like you want $50,000, but you only believe that you can have $500. It's not going to come to you because you have these blockages in your mind believing that believing that you can't have it. So that would be working on your mindset and removing those past blockages. So you just have to be really aware of these things. And another thing is self-doubt. Self-doubt will immediately cancel it out. Like, you can't be like, oh, I want to manifest this, and then the next minute you're like, oh, is it really gonna come? Like, when those thoughts arise, don't react to them. You can just examine them and be like, this is happening because it's a trace from my old beliefs. So in the past, you might have subconsciously believed that you don't deserve these things and you don't even know it. So when you're having self-doubt, realize that. Be like, hey, those are old thinking patterns. That's not true. Abundance is all around me. And if someone else was able to do it, then I am definitely able to do it, because we are all connected. We are all one. So if, I don't know, say you see somebody that has the things that you want, you could use that as inspiration and be like, hey, once I start working on myself and being consistent and putting the actual work in, that's where I could be. Like, but don't base it completely on them, because we are all different in a way too. Like, our life purpose, your life purpose might be way different from theirs. So we're all here for our different reasons, and you shouldn't base it on someone else and seeing what someone else has. Oh, well, someone else was able to manifest $20,000 overnight. Okay, that's them. That's not you. So you have to realize that things will come to you differently, and you should not base your life on other people's lives. Another thing is, if you're trying to manifest something, and again, it isn't for your higher good. Like, say you're trying to manifest being a lawyer because that's what your family wants and that's what you think is good, but in your heart you really want to be a hairstylist. Be a hairstylist, because you're just creating resistance from what you're actually supposed to do, and you're making it more difficult for yourself rather than just saying, hey, fuck them, I'm gonna be a hairstylist, because you'll get rewarded from following your life purpose. It's really simple. All you have to do is follow that and you will be rewarded for it, because you're saying, hey, I know what I came here to do, and you're doing it instead of doing it based on what your family thinks you should do and all of that. Like, No, it should be based on what you want to do and what you truly believe you should be doing. So you have to listen to your heart. And another key would be visualization. So visualize how you would feel having whatever you want to have. Like, say it's living somewhere in specific. Start looking up videos about what it would be like to live there if you're not familiar with it. And another thing would be to go visit there, because being there is like, if you have a hard time visualizing, that will help add that in there. So once you leave, you can look at pictures and all this and see it in your mind and meditate on that and meditate on how you feel about that. And yeah, that's a pretty helpful way of making it come quicker, because how are you supposed to have something that you've never seen before and you can't visualize it? Because everything that you think about, like whatever you think about, comes to manifest. So if you can see it in your mind, you can have it in your hands. Another tip, because I'm a pretty visual person, I like to make vision boards. So you can print out the stuff that you want. Like, say it's a certain apartment, put it on your vision board, or these certain opportunities that you want to see and all this, put it on your vision board, and it will happen again when it's supposed to happen, and it will happen if you're supposed to have it. Like, it aligns with your higher good. And another thing to align with those things are, say you do want to live in a certain apartment, go to an open house for it. Like, see what it is like to be in there. Think about how it feels, the smells, and just everything that you would experience while living there. So going to test drive the car that you want. So later on, when you're trying to think about it, when you're trying to manifest it, you know what it actually feels like to be in there, and you're not just kind of visualizing it. Because if you're dead on about it, then it will come quicker than if you only see like pictures of the car but you never rode in it. And it also sends out to the universe, you really want this thing. You're actually matching up with the vibration of, if you were, say you're not able to buy that apartment right now, but you're aligning with the action that you would be doing if you were about to buy an apartment. You wouldn't just look at an apartment and not tour it first and buy it. So yeah, so you have to also step into the actions of as if you were about to buy it. Don't share what you're trying to manifest with others before it's manifested, because they could completely cancel it out with their self-doubt. They might not even realize they're doing it, but they might be subconsciously canceling it out for you. So, you know, if your belief is stronger than anyone else's, then it will come. But obviously, if you're still not sure about how to do it and you're telling people and then they're like, that's not gonna happen, and you're not 100% sure in yourself, then you're gonna start to doubt yourself before it even has a chance to come, and now you just canceled it out. So to put a recap on it, you have to clear out those blockages, figure out specifically what you want, being consistent about it, realizing that it will come when it is supposed to come, and you have to be patient. You can't just be, oh my God, where is it? Because you're just putting out lack into the universe, and it's just showing that you don't have it. Another thing is, you need to really act as if you already have it. You cannot be like, I want this, because that sends out lack, because you said I want, so that means that you don't have. So if you're trying to bring it in, you need to act as if you already have it and align with what you think you need to be doing to get to that further. So like, say you want this really fit toned body, but you're still sitting on the couch eating chips all the time and working out every once in a while. You need to be like, okay, I want this body type. I need to be working out at least this much in a day or this many times in a week, and I need to be eating better foods, because you can't expect it to come to you if you're not putting in the work for it. You need to put in the work and have belief, and the universe will be like, okay, I see they're really serious about it, and bring it toward you. So yeah, that's it for this video, and I hope it helps you out, because I know I've watched 50 million manifesting videos when I first started, and then I noticed that it wouldn't happen, and it's because you think that you're just supposed to write something down and it will happen. No, you have to put the action and you have to clear out those blockages so you are open to receive it. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you later.